Welcome to News for the Newsless. I'm Tim Black. The news you need just the way you want it. So what's going on? It's happening, everybody. Between the protests and the parades, it's just full of peas. First, let's get to the parades. Happy birthday, President Trump. On his birthday, Donald Trump decided that he was going to have a 250th anniversary for the U.S. Army. Between his birthday and the attempt at a military parade, things did not go as ideal as he had hoped. There have been certain reports that Donald Trump is trying to get certain images from that parade removed. If you watch the parade at any point, much like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade or any of those Macy's celebrational parades, that main stage, if you watched it on TV, was the focal point. At no point when you're watching something on television do you get to see the entire scope of what's going on. And even when they were going up to the main stage or the grandstand where everybody was sitting, it still didn't look that impressive. At one point, there was a man just holding a drone. He was just holding it, not flying it like your everyday guy, just holding the drone. Like one of them drones that you get from Walmart, not like a drone that sticks a missile up Osama bin Laden's ass, just a drone that you just hold. He had a helmet and guns on and just a drone. If you look at Russia, China, North Korea, and other countries that have these military parades, they are grandiose. And people are forced to go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. And they are elaborate and focused, and everybody is paying attention. And that is what Donald Trump wants. He wants that kind of, I don't want to step out as far as saying worship, but fuck it, worship. So that didn't go well. Side note, did you know that the U.S. Army 250th Celebration Military Parade was sponsored exclusively by the Ultimate Fighting Championship? That's right. Dana White, CEO and owner of UFC, was the main and I believe the only sponsor for the military day parade. Now, is it puzzling that the military would need a sponsor for $45 million and the inconvenience of the citizens of Washington, D.C.? I guess so. So between that, you've got the plans for the parade, and then you've got the protest in L.A. And you've got ICE going to people's jobs, homes, going to farms. I heard that they're at the Walmart in Atlanta right now, walking around looking for undocumented immigrants. So, where do we stand? New York, LA, several cities in Texas, several cities in Florida, Salt Lake City, Sacramento, where else? Detroit, Chicago, cities, Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, and I can tell you, in Decatur, right up the street from Stone Mountain, there was a heavy protest. Downtown Atlanta, there were several protests around the city of Atlanta. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people marching in defiance of Donald J. Trump. The No King protest is what they called it. Did you go protest? Everybody was doing it. Now you protesting and protesting and protesting. Everybody's out there. People who voted for Donald Trump. I was talking to a young lady the other day. She has always been very concerned about her father being such a right-wing Republican. It has gone too far for even him. He was out there protesting. Had a couple people from the Klan out there saying they don't want no more Trump. It got insane. So I have to ask this one question. Where the hell were y'all at when it was time to vote? Where were you? Where were you at when it was time to vote? Now you're flooding the streets. Literally flooding the streets. Where were you? Why so defiant now? And big shout out to Joe Biden. Yo, Joe, it couldn't have been this bad. It could not have been this bad. Honestly, I wish Donald Trump would take a nap. A long sleep. Nothing crazy. I still want him to live. Don't come looking for me. But where were you when everybody was voting? You are so upset with this one thing that doesn't affect you, you forgot to choose the right person. Now, we have children being snatched from their parents. We have people being deported legally and illegally. People are getting arrested all around the country for protest. Oh yeah. Did I mention that we're probably about to go to war with Iran? So in these 6 months of Donald Trump's leadership, we have found ourselves bankrupt by tariffs, children in zip ties, birthday military parades, and possibly World War III. Now you're out marching? Now you're out marching. You couldn't march to the polls. You couldn't take a step back to see this. And I know what we all say. We all get into this mode where we say, it doesn't matter who the president is. When the president gets there, it doesn't affect my everyday life. You know what? I kind of like that. Maybe I didn't realize I liked it, but I kind of like that when I move around and power exchanges hands, that for the most part, my life is pretty much going to be the same. Not in this case. Not in this case. Eggs. We're getting eggs. You know why we can't get no more eggs? Because Canada don't fuck with us. You want to know why the price of eggs is going up? Canada don't fuck with us. It's a real thing. Because we upset Canada. And then we upset Mexico. So I can't even have no avocados with my fucking eggs. What? And I'll be the first to say, I was one of those people where the idea of Latinos, 46%, males, 54%, an overwhelmingly response from the Latino community in support of Donald Trump. When I first heard that news, I even started saying it, fake news. There's no way that Latinos are voting against their best interests. And then I thought about it. I said, there's no way that people in the Midwest who are out of work are voting for Donald Trump because of their best interests. Everybody is voting for Donald Trump because they have an equal dislike for whatever community that he is targeting at the time. I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to say, you fucking voted for him. You voted for him. There's nothing you can do about that. You voted for him, and that's what happens when you vote for somebody that is not smart. And not smart in the intellectual fashion. Donald Trump, I don't care who you are or how you feel, has a very, very good argument for being strategic and being aware of his positioning in the political market. When they say the terms political theater, that gets tossed around a lot. That is ideal for Donald Trump. Theater is exactly what he wants. A place where rules can be bent or broken depending on who's making them. That's ideal in his situation. He admires these other leaders who have complete control. There's no checks and balances in Russia. It's Putin. And Putin. And some more Putin. There's no checks and balances in China. There's no checks and balances in North Korea. Word is law. As I say it, so shall it be done. So where were you guys? Where were you at the polls? You know? Because now we're all marching in the street. People are getting maced and shot with rubber bullets. People are being arrested. Arms and wrists are being broken. People are being injured. But now you move for this. Now. Not when it's time to vote. No, not then. And I was definitely one of those people that looked at the Latino community and said, serves you right. Serves you right. That's what you get. You voted for him. That's what you get. I take it back. I'm sorry. I take it back. What is happening to immigrants in this country right now is it's sickening. And it's sad. And if you have any Latino brothers or sisters, friends, acquaintances, it makes you kind of want to cry a little bit. I've got a lot of friends in LA, and you should see these neighborhoods. These neighborhoods in LA have become ghost towns. Everybody's inside. Or they're protesting, getting arrested. There are only a few options. Nebraska is about to go bankrupt. Nebraska... Wasn't nobody going to fucking Nebraska anyway. Nebraska's about to go bankrupt as an entire state. All the workers left. They're all afraid of getting locked up and get sent back. I'll just deport myself. I'll go back myself. At least I have an option to make a little bit of money or find a way for my entire family to go back to Mexico instead of you just sending me on a bus and separating me from my children. I take it back. I am a little bit concerned, and I do question what your intention was when you were voting for Donald Trump. Because I feel like before this election, he was talking about building a wall just to keep Latinos out. So, what happens now? What happens now? This country shipped people in because we were growing as an industrial society, and we brought immigrants from Europe that aligned with our ideals. We brought people from all over the world and spread them throughout our country. That's why you'll see this tapestry of what we have. We all tend to forget how things work, but our motivations are so different. You might think that Mexicans are here to take your job. You don't pick oranges. You don't work on a cattle ranch. You don't make an effort, is what you also don't do. There are plenty of jobs out here. Plumbers, technicians, about to be millionaires out here because of the AI and the technological advances that we are about to embark on. So don't tell me that somebody's taking your fucking job, because they're not. You have taken your job. You have quit making the effort to be the best version of yourself. And then when you see another person flourishing, and I wouldn't call it flourishing. These are people who are working 16-hour days, 14-hour days, 7 days a week, so they can provide for their family as well as send money back home. I wouldn't call that flourishing. Working for a rate that you refuse to work for. Now, if I got online and everybody who had a hedge fund was speaking Spanish, well, then I guess. But that's not the case. The No Kings protest is, it's valid. It's needed. But we got to start taking a step back and looking at everything before we jump out there. The world right now is looking at America, as it usually does, like we are fools. As we are. But how do we get there? We use this position of dislike. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but there's a world where people who have nothing in common, and for the most part are at odds on a regular basis, come together. And they come together based on their hate or dislike for another race, culture, or religion. Or just a different way of thinking, philosophy. The big word for that is called xenophobia. Yes, it is spelled with an X. I know. Xenophobia. It's it is the fear of anything different that doesn't suit your true process. And I think that the xenophobes of the world are tearing us apart. And it's always funny to see how America works. Something terrible has to happen for us to unite. And we've got to change that narrative. Let's work together in peace. And I don't want to say peace and harmony. That's not a thing. We're different. And that's what makes us great, is our differences. Are you aware of, like, y'all have really fucked up the game? Because they're not just deporting Mexicans. If you are here undocumented, they are coming for your ass. So let's figure it out, man. We are going back and forth, and it's all based on hate. What we tend to forget is that my color, your color, their color, that color, we are all trying to do the exact same thing. Keep a roof over our head. We're trying to keep a roof over our head. We're trying to... This motherfucker never cuts the grass. And now he's decided to cut this shit while I'm doing my recording. Now, if he was Mexican, I'd be able to tell him to chill out and he could go cut some other grasses. But he's not. The bottom line is, guys, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to do the exact same thing. Provide for our family. Keep a roof over our head. Be happy. Go on a vacation or two. Flourish and not be bothered. We're all trying to do that in our own little way. No one's trying to embark on anybody else's shit. We're all trying to do it. And the only reason you think somebody else is doing it better or is taking your place is because you're not doing the most that you could be doing. This is News for the Newsless. I'm Tim Black. I got on a little rant. These are going to get like this. Yes, there's a lot of information, and I will be providing facts. But you know, I got an opinion too, and I got feelings. Damn it! Y'all stay tuned. News for the Newsless. The news you need, just the way you want it.